Hey guys, hello. How is everyone? I want to share as we're entering Rosh Chodesh Tammuz. This is when the Meraglim, the sin of the spies happened. The spies went to Israel and they saw negativity. And in the month of Av, they returned and people heard their countings. So spiritually, the month of Tammuz is a time where we rectify our sight and rectify the sin of negative sight to holy sight. And that doesn't mean not seeing what's real, but it means amplifying and focusing on the good. And then in the month of Av, next month, is when we rectify our hearing. So how do we even begin with rectifying sight? The first step is shmiras ha'ayin, guarding the eyes. And the perfect place to do that is on the new moon when it's dark. By the full moon, everything's revealed and it's bright, everything's out in the open. So the first step at the new moon is guarding the eyes, meaning taking away distracting magazines, unfollowing people on Instagram that bring you negative messaging, looking at things that are beautiful and that bring you a sense of gratitude and wholeness. Maybe it's certain colors that lift your energy. Maybe it's certain artwork that inspires you. So after guarding your eyes, then you can begin to attach your eyes to beautiful things. And only by the full moon, when we've worked on guarding the eyes, now everything's out in the open, the good and the bad. So now is the deepest and highest level, which is looking at the bad, but revealing the good from it. Especially people that are difficult. If we can find one Chodesh Tov, one good point in that person, and pour all of our attention on it, and celebrate it, and amplify it, that just makes it grow and illuminate them until they see it in themselves. And that good leads to more good. So Kabbalistically, we actually affect what we look at. It is a ripple effect. And we've even seen this scientifically in scientific studies where the observer actually has an effect on the whatever they're observing, water molecules. And so can we practice looking at things and drawing out the positive? And sometimes the hardest is in ourselves. When we see shame and negativity and we see all of our weaknesses and faults. So we can't love another if we don't love ourselves. So the same applies to ourselves. Finding one good point in the Chodesh Tov in ourselves and recognizing that this is truth, this is in me, this is real. Celebrating that will grow and the light will overpower the darkness. So this is also why the body part of the month of Tammuz is the eyes. And it's also the month of tears, which is the element of the month, which is water. And there are salty tears and there are fresh tears. There are tears that cloud our vision and there's tears that bring purified, clear vision. So we're transforming the Dead Sea into the fresh springs. And that's why actually the tribe of the month, Reuben, is located at the border of the Dead Sea. Because it's a bitter month, it's difficult. The Dead Sea is the lowest place on earth. And it's specifically there that we transform it to life-giving water. It's also the water element because it's a hot and difficult month. Usually the summer solstice is in Tammuz. This year it didn't fall out that way, but it's still a harsh and bright month. And the summer months are often more difficult to work with than the spring months. In the spring, Hashem's light is just easeful and flowing, and life is just blossoming, and it's easy, and there's newness. By the summertime, actually God's name, the Yud, the Hey, the Vav, and the Hey this month are reversed. They're reversed. That's because it's not easy to receive God's chesed this month. It's hard. and it's hot, and sometimes so much light can be perceived as darkness. That's why we need shades and sunglasses. We can't see the good if there's too much pouring down on us. Same with our phones. You can have so much in your face, in your eyes, but if you're not guarding your input, you're not even going to be able to access the good that comes from whatever you're looking at. So if you imagine you're scrolling on Instagram, you might be missing some beautiful gems because there's so much out there, right? That's what the summer month is like. It's like artificial light and sunlight is just overpowering us, and we're like, whoa. So it's hard. There's a lot of grief. There's sadness. There's difficulty. And so we invite the element of water, of fluidity and ease. And even physically, if it's really hot and people are angry, there's usually in Israel more protests, more violence, Chas v'shalom, at this time. It's really healing to just go to a body of water or drink cold water. Or if you can't go to a body of water, take a bath, immerse in water somehow. And if you can't do that, bring visualizations of water. And we can do that through our yoga and through our meditation. Bring in this cooling, downward flow energy of soothing water that ebbs and flows. And we also know that nothing's impermanent. Water reminds us of the impermanence of our suffering, of our difficulty. So as we're approaching this month, let's use the tools that we have. Let's bring cooling ocean breaths. Let's allow ourselves to be immersed by the gift of water that Hashem gave us. And let's make sure to attach our eyes to holy, positive, uplifting messages and imagery. Chodesh Tov, have a beautiful and transformative Tammuz. Because this was the month of our downfall, it's also the month of our complete transformation and revelation. Thanks for listening.